Do you remember that time that we set out with the task of this guy to make me faster?
Yeah, we did, and we succeeded.
Yeah.
It went really well. Now it's time that you're going to return the favour and make me not faster, but more betterer.
That's correct, but not on any old run, a black run.
Black run?
Yeah.
I don't remember that in the
Surprise! Discussion. Stay tuned, it's going to be wild.
Oh my lord.
Today then, Owen, we find ourselves here, back at Bikepark Wales, on the very track that you helped me find those marginal gains on.
Yeah, but this time the roles are reversed, aren't they? So it's your turn to get me down a black run.
It is, and black runs, well, they're not really your thing, are they? So what is?
Rich is right. Black runs aren't normally my thing. I mean, a typical ride for me at the weekend could be maybe bikepacking, more the XC loop, maybe a down country loop, and just regular trail riding on sort of short travel bikes. So black run's not my thing until today. But now it would appear enduro riding too.
Yeah, and normally you'd be like working on them rather than riding them, right?
Yeah, a lot more. Working on them is fine. Working on them is great fun.
Well, I thought before we throw you down a black, let's do a bit of a warm-up down Vicious Valley, a nice cruisy red.
Cruisy.
Crushed it. Up a bit there, son. Nice. Oh my lord. Nice. Looking good. Watch out, buddy Lampkin. This is getting a bit more like a blackman, buddy.
Oh god.
Oh god.
So steep.
I see what Owen's going well. He's not afraid of going fast, which is good. Oh, we're here.
Oh my lord.
Okay, Owen, we've warmed up.
That's a fair analysis.
How did you feel down the red? And we'll get to the other bit in a second.
Red felt good.
Yeah?
Yeah, like some of the inputs in terms of what you're saying about where I need to
Yeah, a bit
position,
of line choice, body position.
But red felt good.
Okay.
I felt confidence building in the reds.
Until we hit the blue.
Yeah, because that's how it works, I think. There's red, then blue is higher, isn't it?
Right, we're switching it around. But no, in all honesty, you looked good, mate, down like those steeper switchbacks. I think there was a little bit of line choice we can work on. I think body positioning here or there,
Yes.
should we say. We did obviously have a bit of bad luck when we hit that left-hander. Well, you definitely hit the left-hander.
I mean, I did physically hit it, yeah. So, yeah.
Bad luck, we'll call it. Still confident for the black?
I mean, mildly less, but compared to where I was at the top of doing the red,
Okay.
actually I feel kind of okay. Because I think the blue one was just one of those randomness.
A lot of crashes having a look. Well, don't worry, I'm not just going to make you better.
You're going to crash me into shape.
No,
Oh.
I'm going to motivate you down the run. So I'm going to improve you both in terms of your bike handling and your mental ability on this run. Yeah, it's twofold. But first, let's have a quick look at the bike you're riding, because it's not the normal.
This is my propane Tyee. We've got 160mm of rear travel and 170 up front, and I've already used well, probably about 180 mil of that 170 already. But it's awesome. Alloy frame. It's got the Pro 10 suspension, which Propane uses on all its bikes. We've got good FSA wheels. They're carbon, but they're nice balance between stiff and light. And yeah, we've got stop and go bits from SRAM. I think it'll be perfect. Well, I think that's enough about the bike. Unfortunately, it's time to go back to the trails.
Here we are then, Die Hard dude. Now there is a little squirrel catcher, a qualifier to get into it. It's a little step down, but I feel like you've got this.
Jump.
It's a
That's huge.
Jump. You've got this.
Literally
so basically,
says gap jumps, and there's one that's massive.
we're doing this one. Oh yeah, it says gap jumps. But you're going to be absolutely fine.
Okay.
Just go at it as you would any other.
Any other blue run or red? Yeah.
Not the blue run, just the red.
Just the red. Okay, good.
And yeah, I think follow me in. That way you can match my kind of speed. You can see what I'm doing. I think that's always, we always say people to watch other people who can do stuff.
And that's just so I can get your speed and entry and kind of line choice of where you're approaching.
And even watching technique.
Okay,
so,
yep.
And follow me in,
because
and we'll just
so much to learn.
And then we'll just take it nice and steady.
Yep.
And away we go. Owen, we've got to our first ominous looking section.
I think that was there. There's more.
No, there's more, I'm afraid. But before we get to that, which we're going to go for in a mo, we want to talk about this. Because on the way down, I heard you sort of shouting that you were struggling a little bit on the loose surface, right?
Exactly. I think it's this pea-bally stuff. I'm not sure if that's the correct term.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah, just sort of marbly. And I guess I could feel the bike sliding.
Yeah.
And I guess post sort of blue incident, shall we say, I'm really hypersensitive to the bike kind of moving in a turn. So
I think there's a couple of things. One, body position, well, three. We'll call it body position, braking. And I don't think you're hypersensitive to the bike moving. I think you're hypersensitive to crashing again and hurting yourself.
I mean, yeah, I would say that's very valid.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So it's a psychological thing there.
Like
you're not embracing the drift. You're tensing up, right? You're going real stiff because you're like, I'm sliding, I'm gonna fall on my hand or whatever again. So you got to kind of try and relax, woo-saw it out.
Okay, right.
And also, I mean, that whole same mantra again, for when you're riding on this kind of, pea gravel, loose stuff, if you tense up, you're not going to move around, your body's not going to be in the right position.
So then the bike can't flow.
Yeah, you're just going to be real stiff.
Okay.
And again, if you brake too hard on it, if you brake real hard on gravel, you'll break traction.
Okay, and I need to keep the wheels moving and keep the traction rolling.
100%. And you see those kind of iconic shots of big drifts on loose ground and stuff, which is fine.
Yeah.
But obviously you're saying that obviously because of earlier you're riding tense.
Yeah, no.
So that ain't gonna happen.
Agreed. And also I think it's that thing of like when you see those, I mean, I can think of like iconic shots from like Sven of Kavarak or Hill where they're drifting in gravel, and in my head I'm like, oh, they're doing a big skid. They're not. The wheels are actually grabbing traction all the time.
Yeah, that wheel's still slowly spinning, well, fastly spinning away.
Yeah.
So yeah, just try and, loosey-goosey, try not to think of earlier, easier said than done.
No, but that's good.
And, no hard braking on any real loose gravelly surfaces.
Okay. Yep.
But with that, to the techers bit. Okay. Here we go then, Owen. First proper techers bit. We got kind of this awkward
humongous drop.
Rock slab drop. First thoughts, what do we reckon?
That I need to stop and then roll around the outside.
Yeah.
And then around the outside just over there.
No, I'm going to say not an option because I think you can do it. So essentially hitting a drop like this, our line is going to follow through here. You'll follow me through it.
Yeah.
And then we're going to drop off the rock on the left-hand side because it's a smaller drop.
Left-hand side. Okay, so that side.
Yeah. So just off the left of centre, we'll call it.
Where that greeny, slimy, slippery bit looks.
That's it. Yeah, that bit that isn't green or slimy. And then what we're going to do there is you're going to use exactly the same technique as the squirrel catcher at the beginning. Because the thing with this is what I think psychs a lot of people out is the process and the technique is the same.
Yeah.
It just looks scarier.
Agreed. Yeah.
So if you're following me in, one, that takes your mind off of the drop to a degree.
Yep.
You kind of see what I do going off of it.
Agreed.
You know the speed.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah, I
so
do know
it's
the
literally,
speed.
you just got to do a dead straight drop. I mean, some might argue that I've oversimplified that, but actually if you make it any more complicated, you do yourself out of doing things.
And I think I'm also overthinking a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. So let's underthink it and follow me in. Underthinking.
Underthinking.
Rich has topped it. Come on, let's have a whirl in. Step, off the left, pull. Stop. Nice, how was it?
Well, I buzzed my butt on the one before.
Oh, like getting real far back?
Yeah, so that was a bit
way. But you did it.
I did it, I committed, and then that was it. So
Did following help?
it did, because I think it helped set the speed, and also I was like towed in enough that I was then like, okay, it is, I don't have to worry about that little rock beforehand, it is just flow, and then just do what you do off the smaller ones, but it's a bigger one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Undersimplify. What did I say? What was my word?
Underthinking.
Underthinking.
Underthinking
I just
with Richard.
underthought my own word.
Well done.
Right, okay, anyway,
Catching.
moving on. Slightly more intimidating drop. What do we reckon?
I think if I'd not had my Blue Monday moment.
But I think it's the same. So where you're pointing is exactly where you'll take off.
Yeah.
It is a slightly harsher landing because it's a little flatter.
Yeah.
But it's a dead straight drop. There's no
Yeah,
turning.
yeah, it is. There's no turning
You're well
on that
warmed
one.
up from the drops before. Do you want to roll into it and follow me in?
I think, yeah, let's do that. Yeah,
And then
let's do it. Let's try.
I'm hyped because you're getting hyped.
I'm totally not going to do that. Yeah, not happening.
Stop overthinking.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, nah. I overthought it.
Yes, mate. It's no problem. No, you know, you can't win all the battles.
I think I'd do it if I hadn't have had that crash earlier. So I'm kind of a bit like shaken from it. Not in terms of like physically, just the head game. I'm like a bit like, ooh, that risk reward thing. I'm just a bit, ugh.
Man, do you know what? And that's absolutely fine. Recognising that is actually, I think, a really good thing in picking your battles.
Okay.
Because there's no point just going, oh, yeah, I'm going to do it. Go mega hyped. And you're all like, you get in your own head and then you crash even harder or, you know what I mean? Like, it's just not worth
End of video. Fade to grey.
Yeah, exactly. So it's recognising, you know, your own skill level, because there's, to a degree, being pushed on, encouraged.
No, and I think like with that drop, that's a really good example of like, I genuinely thought when we came to it, I'm like, I'll never be able to do that. But then I followed you through and I'm like, cool. Okay,
yeah, you've levelled up.
Completely, yeah.
But maybe we're jumping like 4 or 5 levels here. So we'll leave this one.
Yeah.
We'll crack on.
Okay, perfect.
It's fine. All right, let's crack on. Ooh, right. Hey, whoa. I think this is a good place to start. We got a bit of a line choice going on with a jump out at the end. And I notice you've already got a different line to me. So let's have a quick look. So basically we've got this inside line, if you like, behind me.
Which is straight.
It's the straight line through the segment. So the racer would kind of take this, if you like. It's the trickier line.
Okay.
It's rougher, it's gapping over roots. It then goes through a rough patch into a rock jump drop.
That rock
there. Or we've got the line I see you've kind of revert to type, as it were.
I thought that's where the trail flowed in a kind of like nice, and I'm going to sneak round that because there's no way I can go over that.
Well, do you want to have a look?
At the rock?
Yeah. Or do you want to have a look at this? I feel like you could actually get through this.
That's like an erratic. Some glaciers dropped that off. I'm not going to be able to clear that.
I reckon we could do a combo of the two. I think you could get through the harder line to begin with.
Okay.
And then, whereas like to carry your speed, you just go straight off the rock. But you could nibble round to the left of it, I think.
Oh, interesting.
I think you could do that. I think if you follow me.
Okay, so because then I can go over those routes, opposed to having to slow and tuck around.
Yeah, so if you follow me through this line, weight back, stay loosey-goosey, no braking.
No braking.
No braking. And when I say weight back, I don't mean like hanging off the back end. I mean just unweight the front slightly so it can just
versus the tuck in and loop.
Yeah, no front flips, please.
Cool.
Okay, cool, let's do it. How was that, buddy?
It was good.
It's actually a section that, so the problem with black runs is, I often think they're designed to go a bit faster. So the slower you go, the harder they become a little bit.
Agreed. I think it is that finding that flow of on a blue trail you can bimble around, and if you pick up
it's not
speed,
that bumpy, right?
It's not that bumpy. But on this, especially on that black section, I think my immediate sense is, oh, that's really bumpy. But when you kind of towed me into kind of more appropriate black run speed, it is actually smoother. You get through it really quickly.
You skip across the top. So that's a really like top tip. Quicker you go, seems scary, but you do skip across the top of the bumps.
Yeah, agreed.
Rather than sitting in all the holes. And you know, modern big travel 29ers are great.
They can do a lot, but yeah.
Yeah, they're still going to sit in them holes if you go steady. Rock drop.
So I came around it. I felt, for me, at my confidence level at the moment, it felt really good in terms of the line you'd give me in. I could still carry a lot of speed. I wasn't turning as tightly as I was with that outside line before. But what I found really interesting is, okay, I did have to slow a bit to not go straight because I had to turn.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You actually generated speed off this drop, I think.
Yeah, you like pump into the dip.
Yeah, exactly. And you were able to like just generate speed.
Yeah.
Where I was in the same part, but because I was just rolling through, not
So I was
pushing
accelerating, you were a constant, if you like.
Exactly, yeah. Accelerating away.
But you still did it. We're getting you down a black run. So with that, to the next section. Right, we are at the next section and it's another Tekker's drop. We've got a really tight left-hander into this kind of double-stepped drop where Owen is down here. What are we thinking?
This isn't the trail though, is it?
Yeah.
This is like a hiking trail. This is, I mean, it's the height of me.
So it's a heighting trail.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, so you've got this real like Tekker's drop here, bud, which I think you can actually roll. And then, right, if we head on down, come with me. Ooh,
Careful, it's a really big drop.
Not if you're 6 foot.
Well, all right.
So we got like this more loose surface. You can see
Very loose.
Owen's walking now.
Ooh.
And if you wait there, this is the proper drop. I'm gonna have to go the long way around. Owen, what are we, first impressions, buddy?
No.
Right. Okay. It says that.
Oh, but there's a nice trail over here.
What are we thinking of this?
Well, if I just sit on it and you can see my legs swing and see the scale of it, I think it's one of those things, and you're being really good in terms of pulling me through the trail and sort of letting me build my confidence up slowly. And I think that's what's really great about bike parks, is that you can. And I think it's one of those things of some of the other stuff I've done already, I'd be like, well, I couldn't do that. And I did. Yeah. But with this one, yeah, I'm not going to do that. It's huge.
This is the most technical drop on course. So you've got like these real tight steep switchbacks into it. They're quite rocky, quite loose. And then you've actually got this rooty takeoff essentially off the drop.
Yeah.
It is pretty Tekker's. It's dry today, luckily. But we peaking? We found the limit, do we reckon?
I think we passed the limit.
We've surpassed it.
We've peaked, yeah.
Okay, well, dude, it's, absolutely fine. You can go a long way around, but it does mean I'm going to hit this. You follow me in and just have a little think. You might follow me in and go, oh, Rich, I think I could do this. And I think you will.
I think I could. And the landing over there looks pretty soft.
Yeah, and then actually, we're not far from the bottom.
Yay!
Right, watch this.
Whoa.
Come on, Owen.
Is there a step section down here? I've got it, it's good.
Oh, I thought you were going off it then.
That drop's not that bad, Rich. Oh.
I
missed it.
I mean, I did see you go round it, but going round it is still technically getting you down a black run. So I'm going to count it as a win. But Owen, we are near the finish, so let's hit the final few segments. They're pretty straightforward. And we're done, buddy. You got down a black run.
Woo!
Go on then, crack on.
Oh, Lord.
Matty, I was like, small drop is fine. Small drop, oh no, that one's about 4 foot. Well, you did it though.
I did it, yeah.
Ignorance is bliss. My next underthinking top tip.
Just follow so closely you don't have time to think.
Yeah, exactly, right. That's
great, love it.
That was incredible.
Oh, Gregory. Ooh.
Yes, Rod. It was a drop. I didn't realise that was.
The old twice now. There's no drops. This is fine now. That was a drop.
We're at the end. We've got you down a black run for the best part of it, and you've done really well.
Thank you. I feel like we've had progress.
Yeah, congratulations, mate. You've done a black run.
Woo!
That's awesome. I think that's awesome. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. How awesome on a scale of 1 to a gajillion did Owen do today? I would say a gajillion.
I mean, first black run ever. I just like, I'm not sandbagging, like I've never done that
that's
before.
like a legit black run with techers like pieces, and you did really well.
Massive drop at the end.
Yeah, I forgot about that one and all. But ignorance was bliss again.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, hey, thanks for watching, everyone. Owen, you've crushed it today. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you very much.
And, well, we'll see you next time.